Hello and welcome back to linuxjabba.com, where we prepare you for Linux jobs. My own name is Shounmi Joseph and my email is showpopulous@gmail.com, so feel free to send me any Linux questions and I'll be happy to answer them for you. For today we'll be looking at question number module number 7, user administration. You, right here, question module number 7, user administration. And these are the video tutorials if you need to watch them. And today we're going to be looking at some of the practice tests. We already did question number 20, and right now we'll be doing question number 21, which is to confirm that Automounter capability is enabled on your machine, and if not there, install it and ensure Automounter is functional. Now, I'm going to explain a little bit of the difference between Automounter and the FS tab functionality. Well, not the functionality really, but just the format, just so you understand what's really happening. So if you look at the FS tab, let's do a cat on FS tab, you can see that the format is first is the source of your file system, the mount point, which is where you're going to put it, and then the options. It's a little different with Automounter. The Automounter, everything revolves around the mount point. So the first step in Automounter is to tell the Autofs where the mount point is. Now let's make sure Autofs is installed on this machine. So let's do a sudo. We'll do an rpm. We'll query it and we'll look for Autofs. Make sure we have it on this system before we even do anything. Okay, we have it on this machine. If it's not, you just have to do a yum install this package and you're all set. So now when you install that package, it's going to create a file called auto.master. So let's take a look at the auto.master here. Etc auto.master. So this file is automatically generated, and if you look at it, the format of it is first that mount point. This thing here is a mount point that you create, and then in front of the mount point you would tell the AutoFS which file to look for the options of that mount point. Now let's create our own mount point. Let's call it share, or let's just call it test. And we can also use the auto.master miscellaneous file, or you can call this test or Joe or anything you like, but I'm just gonna call this one this name here, MISC, just because I can easily look at the format here, and because I'm already using the name there, I'm gonna comment out the original one, so that way I can follow the format when I open it up. Now you have told Automaster to look for a mount point called test, and we don't have that mount point, so I'm going to create that mount point. Make directory /test. We don't have that mount point, so let's create it, and then we're going to chmod to 777/test. You can change it to whatever you want. I'm just doing this for testing purposes. So now that test exists, AutoFS needs to look at the options for this mount. So the options, that the file that we specified in the auto.master file to look for the options is auto.mice misc. So now let's look at that file and set the options. Let's see, auto.misc. So here we have that file, and again I use this file just so I can see the format here, and I can just copy from the format. So here I'm going to say, now uh, we have to give Autofs a name. So let's call it part, so that we have test part as our path. So let's call it test partition, test partition, test part. That's enough. And then the format of this file is that you're going to specify the file system type. And for file system type, let's put ext3. We have to go and find an ext3 file system to mount here. So now we have to list that file device here, or the partition to mount. But first of all, let's go and look for that an ext3 partition that we would like to mount, and then we'll come and complete this. So I'll save and get out, and now I'm looking for let's do sudo. I'm looking for logical partition. Let's do user sbin lv scan. Now this will scan my computer and look for all logical partitions. So I have one logical partition here that I think it's not in use, and for me to be sure that it is not in use, what I will do is that I will type mount, the command mount, and if you look at all of the options on my mount, you will see that this dev vg01 lv01 is not in use, has not been mounted. So let's go ahead and put that one there. Let me copy it. So I do an edit, copy, and we're going to go and use that partition for automount. So let's go back to automount. This is automount options file now, the options file, and we will now say look at this, pick the mount this. So we're telling it to mount this this partition now, and it is an ext3 partition. We're telling it and we're telling it the name of the partition for Autofs to use this name. So now I save and I leave, and the next thing for me to do now is to restart. So first, before I restart, if we go to that partition, so if we do a change to test partition, no such file or directory. So then I restart, let's do a sudo, and then I restart my Autofs service Autofs restart. So now it's stopping automount, and then it's gonna start it, and when it's done starting it, we're gonna test it. So now it's done stopping automount. Right here it's done stopping automount. Let me show you. Right here it's done stopping it, and it's starting it back. So now let's test our. So now when we run that command again, change drive to test part, you can see we're now in test part. So it was auto mounted. So if you go to test part now, because we have made this, because we have made this test to mount here, now it's automatically mounted. We have made that partition to mount here. It will automatically mount. Now this mount point is not always available, so if somebody is doing a scan on this computer, they will not see this test part until somebody actually goes and tries to change directory into this test part. Then it will automatically show up. So this answers the question for that, and we have tested it. Thank you very much for watching. My own name is Sean Joseph. We prepare you for Linux jobs at linuxjobber.com, and my email is showpopulars@gmail.com. Please feel free to send me any questions and I'll be happy to answer them for you. Thank you very much for watching and have a nice day.